So I grew up in Iowa, northwest Iowa, and always interested in nature, being outside. I got a bug net and I caught everything I could. Frogs, toads, snakes, butterflies, anything I could catch. And my grandparents have a farm up in northwest Iowa, and it was great. Summers I'd go hang out there and just run wild from sunrise to sunset. And there was this pocket along a waterway between the fields that led to a little grove, and I called it the Wild. And it was like an acre or two with some mature oaks, but you know, that was the wild place that I knew about and only I knew about. And there were birds there, and deer and rabbit and pheasant. And in hindsight, it's such a small pocket. Even small spots like that, or even bigger spots like this, are worth protecting. If not for us, for the plants and the wildlife that use it. I'm David Brady, and I'm a land ambassador for the Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, and I work here at the Mathis property. It's a beautiful spot. It's on this corner just on the south side of the South Skunk River. It's a mix of tallgrass prairie and oak savanna and wet prairie, a little bit of wetland as well, and it just butts right up to the South Skunk River. And you know, you pull up on the highway or the gravel road and it just kind of pops out. As a land ambassador for Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, a large part of it is doing invasive species removals. But beyond that, the cool thing is with it, I get some flexibility. So I've been tracking all the plant species I can identify, so I also track when they're blooming. So that's everything from the spring ephemerals that are in the woodland areas to the species that are on the dry and tall uplands for the prairie. I do bird counts, try and do that as much as I can, so try to catch the winter resident species as well as the migratory species. A lot of warblers come through. They just go to town on the oaks, especially when they bud out. It's really cool to see how many species come through. Just right over there was a turkey nest last spring. Just over this hill, up in an old gnarled oak, there was a barred owl that had a nest. I've seen coyotes and deer and pheasant, and lots of really good wildlife out here. For better or for worse, you know, Iowa's very concerned with taxes and funding public infrastructure, whether that be the DNR or county conservation boards, etc. So like having volunteers that have the capacity to do this is really important, especially, I mean, on the horizon, you know, who knows if when funding will be increased. So, you know, having the outlet and the opportunity is wonderful for us, and hopefully we can be of assistance to Iowa Natural Heritage Foundation, step up where the state should step up. And it's important, and obviously like they have a lot of power as far as designating funding or setting aside properties for protection, but it's very rewarding to physically engage in ecological restoration and know that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I played a small part in trying to restore one of Iowa's wild places that hasn't yet been converted. Because growing up and leaving, you kind of see how much of that we've lost. So being able to see what we still have and protect that is a very rewarding experience.